face your fears, cause the hero right here could be the villain next year.
Yo, y'all, what's going on, man? I think y'all already know what's going on. It is time for the Showdown. I'm your boy, OG Tim Wilson. I am here with Big Ed and, of course, your host, Wayz. But we're going to talk some sports like you've never heard before. It's the Showdown. That's right, y'all. Like I said, it is Showdown time. I'm your boy, OG Tim Wilson, and I am here with Big Ed and the host of your show, Mr. Joe. We call him Wayz, also known as Ron Jeremy's stunt double. What's going What's the good word, fellas?
Nothing much. Dealing with all this goddamn rain. But thankfully, there is no snow on the ground.
Man, Wilmer cannot say the same.
Oh. You can't stand the rain.
Now, for me personally, I got the rain, but I did not get pounded with rain today. And I definitely did not get pounded with snow. It's almost dry here.
When it starts to fall. For those that watch BMF, y'all know what I'm doing there. Y'all know, my BMF fans know what I'm doing there. So anyway, man, we didn't get rain or snow. We got really beautiful weather yesterday. We had rain a couple of days ago. But yesterday, it was like beautiful. I mean, you stepped out, it was like spring is here. And then today, it seemed like every time I went outside, the temperature had dropped a little bit from the last time I went. So I was like, I got to stop coming outside. Every time I come out, the temperature goes down. It gets colder and colder. I stay inside to warm back up. But yeah, I blame myself for that. Sorry, Detroit. So Wayz, what you got us? What you got us doing tonight, man? Because I'm totally off kilter with this show.
You know, same shit, different day. Different news, new news. We of course we got NFL news. It's really where the hottest news has been in the last few weeks. We got some NBA news. We're approaching the playoffs, and that's about it.
Well, take us where you take. You know what? Never mind. We'll take us right here, and then take us where we got to go. Boom.
Cheers.
Ow!
Oh. All right. So
Burns good.
we're gonna jump right in. We're gonna touch on some of the latest NFL trades and signings. Not really much to talk about. We got Matt Ryan got traded over to the Colts.
Matty Ice is going to the Colts, and he received a note from somebody saying, man, not him, but Julio Jones received a note from somebody saying, bro, you done caught a bunch of touchdowns from him. Go and put the band back together, dog. Head on over to Indy. Fuck Tom Brady, because you know Tom Brady went after him too.
Oh, yeah.
Tom Brady reached out to Julio. And somebody else reached out on Matty's behalf and said, no, man, screw Tom Brady, dude. Put the band back together and get with your boy down there.
Man.
What do you think Julio's gonna do?
I don't know. He want that chip, so he might actually go. He might actually go to the Bucks.
I don't know. I actually see him possibly trying to make a move to Denver.
I see him going wherever Baker goes.
To the CFL?
Baker ain't even got an offer from nobody yet.
No.
He don't get offers. He's getting traded. He's not a free agent.
No. Who else? We got Atlanta picked up Marcus Mariota,
Yeah.
which is interesting. We'll see how that works out. I'm not gonna knock him just yet.
I am. Marcus Mariota had one decent, partially good season, one decent season in his entire career. How does he get another shot? If you ask me, if he can get a shot, why not Kaepernick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about talent anyway.
That's true.
Yeah, no, I think Marcus Mariota is a wasted pickup. I don't even know why they're talking about it. He's a backup. He's not a starting quarterback in the NFL. And if they start him, they're gonna find that out.
Oh, the Falcons will find that out real soon.
Absolutely.
And then New Orleans re-signed Jameis Winston.
Yep, I saw that. I think that was probably smart on their part. I'm not a huge Jameis Winston guy, but they missed out on the Deshaun Watson sweepstakes. Only thing left to do is either resign Jameis or go after Baker. And what's the difference?
It becomes easy at that point.
Yeah, what's the difference? What'd you say, Big Ed?
Oh, no, I just saw that the Raiders actually got another receiver that's, man, they go. I feel sorry for the AFC next year.
So we're going to say who it was?
Let me say this. I hate when Big Ed does that.
The Raiders
he wants you to ask him. Just tell us.
Demarcus Robinson from the Chiefs is going to Las Vegas to team up with Devontae Adams and Hunter Renfrow.
Was he really? Is he really?
He was a good receiver and a good return man.
Okay.
So basically, they got him a slot.
He just got lost in the sauce in KC because I don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they got a good slot receiver to go with their two damn good outside receivers.
That's true. But yeah, no, when it came to Jameis Winston, last year he had before he got injured, he was having a really good season. A shockingly good season for Jameis Winston. And I don't think it's going to be a repeat because he was under the tutelage of Sean Payton. And he was under the thumb of Sean Payton, who everyone knows Sean Payton is a hell of a... He knows how to make a QB a star. Without Sean Payton there in New Orleans, I don't think he's going to be that successful.
I don't know if he doesn't retain anything that he's been taught, then he won't do no good. But
he's still throwing up that W.
If he keeps the things that Sean Payton taught him and uses them, I don't see a problem.
No. It's definitely another we'll see.
Definitely a we'll see. I'm not a huge fan. I always thought he was a little erratic, a little very inconsistent and a little erratic. And I just don't. I just don't see it with him. I'm not a big fan.
Right.
Now, but take him over Baker.
Speaking of Baker, there's 3 teams in the NFL right now that still absolutely needs a starting quarterback. Only one of those 3 teams have not already said they have no interest in Baker Mayfield. Carolina, Seattle, and Houston are the 3 teams that needed a quarterback. Carolina and Houston have already eliminated Baker as a possibility.
But Houston has eliminated all of that. Houston is saying they don't need a quarterback. They have not. Everybody is saying they need a quarterback except Houston. They're saying we don't need a quarterback. Yep. And that was the whole thing with the Deshaun deal. They don't trade us your quarterback. We don't want your quarterback. We like the guy we have. So they feel like they have their guy. Right. I mean, they were trash as a team, so we weren't paying them any attention. So I don't know if this guy is any good or not, but they believe in him and they think that that's their guy. I can't give an opinion because, again, who's going to watch a team, the only team in the league that's worse than the Lions? Nobody.
Right.
Right.
And Seattle looks like they're content on going with Drew Lock.
You.
I'm not feeling that.
No, I'd much rather them pursue Andy Dalton than Drew Lock.
I actually think Seattle is looking at next year's quarterback class.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or potentially waiting to grab one of the quarterbacks this year later in the draft, because the 2 or 3 quarterbacks worth picking are potentially going to be sitting there late in the first round or early in the second round.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
So I think they're either banking on catching one of those guys late in the first, or wait, because the Lions have already said we're waiting for next year. They pretty much they didn't say it, but first of all, we know they're going with Goff because the GM, that Goff is his guy.
Yep.
And so he's going to give Goff an opportunity. He wants to build a good enough team around Goff to say, prove that you're good enough, and I'm giving you the chance. I'm giving you an opportunity to win by putting a good enough team around you, and I'm going to keep you. And if you fail, then I have to move you, and you have to understand. I think that's what we're doing with Goff. I think he's showing that much respect for him. But as far as a picking one, no, because what he did, he's already re-signed the 2 backups.
Yep.
They re-signed the 2 guys that backed him up last year. So if you re-signed the backups and we know you're going with Goff, okay, they ain't going quarterback.
Right.
They're not doing it. They're going elsewhere. They're going to pick defense with that 2nd overall pick, and they're going to get a wide receiver with one of those next 2 picks. And who knows what else they're going to do.
Which is the smart move to make.
Not a bad, not actually. I mean, actually, I think they're going about it. It's the most patient, smart way of building a team I've ever seen the Lions do since I've been since I've been alive. I've never seen them take this much time and have this much patience and build a team this smart without, okay, now we got less money, let's deep dive. Let's go for it. Let's do this. No, you ain't ready to do that.
No.
Right.
You have no foundation.
Right.
So I think they're doing a very smart, very patient, and I think they are banking on next year's quarterback class for them to find their next quarterback.
After this last season, I think Detroit looked at everything and they're like, you know what? I think they finally came to terms with the fact that essentially they've been the laughing stock of the NFL for a while now. And now they're going to use that to their advantage and build off of it and rebuild that team.
And I think that's misguided. I think a lot of people are feeling that way. And even a lot of people here, that's their problem with the word patience. We've been patient for all these years. Yeah, okay. If I hired you as GM tomorrow, does your regime start in 1955 or does your regime start today? Mm-hmm. Right? So I'm not looking at it. I know you. I'm coming in fresh, saying you've been a laughing stock for a long time. I don't need to come to that reality. I was on the outside looking in. I was a laugher.
Mm-hmm.
I was one of those laughing at you. So now it's my opportunity to try to change that culture. And last year was this guy's first year.
Right.
And that's what people don't get. The last year was year 1 under this regime. And so I'm giving you you want to start with a clean slate, or do you want to take discredit for everything that happened before you got here?
Right.
So, you start with a clean slate saying, okay, so last year was year 1. He did smart. He went smart. First pick, I'm not going for the big splash. Yes, Justin Fields is out there. Yes, there's big splash players out there that I could make everybody go, ooh, ah. Nope. I'm going to take the best offensive lineman available.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm building a foundation, a structure. Try to build something around him. And I traded away my quarterback, but I got back Goff. I got back a guy that I drafted first overall. Back when I was at the Rams. Back when I built the team, your quarterback about to go win with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you got to you got to trust him a little bit. At least give him 3.
Oh,
Yep.
At least give him 3 years before I start to judge him.
absolutely.
But
No,
I think he's going about it in a different way than I've ever seen the Lions build a team before.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to these next 5 years with the Lions, as long as they have the GM they have now, going forward. Because, like you said, he's being patient, and he's being calculating. Is really the best way to put it. He's being very calculated.
I agree with that.
Now, on the other hand, we have the Carolina Panthers.
They need a quarterback, man.
They need a quarterback and some.
And I heard that, well, maybe I heard it from y'all, that Christian McCaffrey wants out. I think I did hear it from you guys.
They actually just restructured this deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going anywhere.
No.
No, it's easy to ask for a lot of money from a team that has nothing.
If he went anywhere, he should have went to the 49ers.
Yeah, you guys ain't got Mostert now.
No, they don't have Mostert anymore.
No
Mostert, no ketchup.
They didn't have him last year either, though, didn't they?
For the most part, I mean, he played the first couple games. He got hurt.
Yeah,
what he got
exactly.
Hurt? Game 1 or game 2?
Game 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not like they needed him. They proved that last year.
He's been injury prone though. He's got hurt and seemed like every year he gets hurt.
Yep.
Like another top running back.
But much respect, Mostert. We got nothing but love for you. And he did a really nice post to say goodbye to San Francisco. And San Francisco did a really nice post to say goodbye to him. So it was done. It was very, very class act on both of their parts as they moved forward without one another. But Eli Mitchell is going to be there.
Exactly. And wasn't he like their third stringer?
He was third string, yeah. But he was a rookie. So I think he's established himself as the number one guy now.
I was just going to say, it's kind of hard to pass him up as your number one now.
Yeah, he was a rookie, and he showed out, and I think he's established that number one spot.
Yeah.
But they really need to I think they really need to do something to as much as I don't like Debo running as much as he did last year.
Yeah.
Even though Debo would tell you he wanted to run more.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted the ball more. But I didn't like them. I thought it was a little too run heavy for Debo. I'd want to see him catch more passes and run less. I mean, he was like their best running back.
He was their best everything.
He your best receiver, your best running back, and your second best quarterback.
Let's be absolutely honest. Debo carried the 49ers on his back that entire season all the way until the end.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely. And that's the Rams realized if we stop Debo, we can beat these guys.
Mm-hmm.
They just keyed in on somebody else gonna have to beat us. It ain't gonna be Debo. Debo not gonna beat us today.
Right.
And that was their whole game plan defensively was stop Debo. Now, offensively, they still almost won the game if that damn safety didn't drop that one fucking interception.
You said this is unforgivable. That Debo was everything for the 49ers last year. And the game against the Packers really brought to light what Debo really was as an NFL player in general.
Man, Debo is tough as nails, man.
We really haven't seen any player play like that since maybe the early 90s.
I don't think I've never seen a Debo Sanders. I've never seen a wide receiver play running back as often as he played run. I've never seen a wide receiver take as many handoffs and run the ball like a running back, like I've seen this dude do. I've never seen it.
No,
it's unprecedented to me, man. I've never seen Debo. He's like Debo Riggins. As in John Riggins, for all you young folks who know, used to play for the Washington Redskins back in the day. Back when they were the Redskins.
Wayz, it's a free agent pickup that you've been skirting around that I haven't heard you mention yet that I thought you would have been so excited about.
Oh, I'm excited. I just don't think it's notable as far as with everything else that's been out there.
I'm talking about Zadarius Smith.
I know who you're talking about. Like I said, I know who you're talking about.
I think that's a highly notable pickup.
As a Vikings fan, it is. But league-wise, he was only the best free agent out there because all the other good ones were already taken. Let's be honest.
Oh, no. To me, he was a damn good outside linebacker.
Oh, don't get me wrong. He's a fucking brilliant outside linebacker. Don't get me wrong. But I don't really find him as notable. He's not really that talk-worthy. What did he do last season? Exactly.
He shut down a lot of players. Yeah. Hold on. Let me pull it up.
If you got research, he didn't do enough. See,
No, I watched him play, and every time I saw him play, he flies around the field, he gets to the quarterback, and he's damn good in coverage.
all right. Well, for someone who says fuck the Packers so often, you sure watched a lot of Packers.
Well, I got to watch him at least twice a year, and then actually 4 times a year because I live in Minnesota, so I got to watch the fucking Minnesota Packer game. And then I damn for sure got to watch the Bears Packer game. So that's 4 times I'm watching the Packers right there.
Well, either way.
Bust around every goddamn.
And you got to watch the 49ers Packers.
Don't get me wrong. Zadarius Smith is probably the best defensive pickup we've had this offseason. He's going to be, if not the premier defensive player we're going to have this coming up season, he's going to be up there.
I have a question.
What's that?
How much is the Packers going to be negatively impacted this year? You think they just feel to me like they're not going to be as good as they've been. I don't think they seem to be vulnerable this year.
Yeah.
And I agree with that.
They're vulnerable this year.
In all reality, it comes down to the receiving core that Aaron Rodgers has around him. He has Valdez. Nope, he does not have Valdez Scantling anymore.
No.
Does he still have Lazar?
I don't know if they signed him or not.
Other than that, they really have Amari Rodgers, who is in his second year and really wasn't all that great last year. So unless they make some big moves and hey, they might have to reach out to OBJ just to have something good for Aaron Rodgers to throw the ball to.
That's a thought, actually. If I was them, I would be on the phone with him now.
I'm saying.
Yeah. You know what? OBJ might say no. Because OBJ don't want to live in no fucking Green Bay.
That's a good point. Especially since now he's got his ring. Yeah.
He don't want to live in Green Bay, man. Green Bay ain't his kind of town. He want to stay in LA.
Yep.
He's willing to take. I'm willing to bet that he would be willing to take less to stay in LA. If anybody want to go, if anybody other than the Rams should go after him, it should be the Chargers.
Julio.
Yeah. Julio to Green Bay would be a solid freaking move.
Yeah.
That would be a great move for both parties.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah, that would be a great move. Damn, I'm kind of scared of that.
Yeah, that sounds kind of scary. Now, that'd be too much. You don't want that many veteran players at the receiving core. Picking up both OBJ and Julio, and then moving Amari Rodgers out the slot, so you have that quick youth in the slot.
OBJ is not going to Green Bay, man. You can let that one go. He doesn't have to. He ain't going to Green Bay.
You could have Dan Marino as quarterback. No, OBJ ain't going.
OBJ is a big city player. He's a big personality.
Yep.
Not a player, but personality, off field personality. He is not going to Green Bay, man. It's the spotlight is just not hot enough when you're not on the football field.
No.
Well, I know Atlanta needs a wide receiver, and OBJ definitely fits the mold there.
Where?
Atlanta.
I don't think he'd go to play with Marcus Mariota, though.
I really hope not. He already had that Baker Mayfield experience.
And that took him from being a Pro Bowler to a No Bowler. Man. But yeah, and it's kind of shocking how many receivers there are out there right now with OBJ and Julio Jones, and then quarterbacks. There's some decent ones that could make an impact in like Carolina or Seattle, but I don't know.
You know what I'm curious on? What's wrong with Tyrann Mathieu that he hasn't been signed yet?
He hasn't made his decision.
I don't know about that. I haven't even really heard anything about him at all this whole free agency.
I could see him landing in Cleveland.
I could see that. They're trying to build Cleveland into another dynasty.
And I can, and I say that too because Deshaun Watson was loved in that locker room.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of people in that locker room that was really, really ready to run through a wall for this dude because he was a culture changer in Houston. And that's why I think Fuller is going to follow him to Cleveland. I think, and I could see Matthew following the Cleveland. They used to do commercials together in Houston.
Yeah,
the two of them, local commercials. Used to be Honey Badger and Deshaun doing commercials together all the time down there. So they're cool. They're friends. I tell you who else loved him. D-Hop loved him.
Yeah,
too. But D-Hop is not available. But I could see any free agents that played with Deshaun in Houston. I could see them trying to find a way to land in Cleveland to join Deshaun. I could just it's just a vibe. Mm-hmm. I've heard nothing, but it's just a vibe, man. I was there and I saw how he changed everything. And those guys rallied around him, man. And when this shit happened, I'm sure they felt bad for him. They had his back, and now that he's back, dude, I'm rolling with you.
Right. I can see that.
He got something.
And he's already got Amari Cooper there. So as offensively, he just needs a couple more. He's got Nick Chubb, Amari Cooper. He really just needs maybe one more receiver over there.
And they don't have to be a star.
No.
I could see old boy coming back, no. Because he hasn't signed anywhere else yet.
Landry. I could see Jarvis Landry saying, "Okay, I'll come back now." Oh yeah.
Let's rock and roll. Let's do this. Let's see how I do now.
Right.
See how I look now, baby.
And that could be something very interesting. Amari Cooper with Landry on the other side, Deshaun Watson throwing the ball, then you still have that thread of Nick Chubb running it.
And Kareem Hunt.
Man. And Kareem Hunt could double as a slot.
Bro, they dangerous, man.
Called pick your poison.
Man, that's looking nasty. But
they're dangerous.
That's only when Deshaun can finally hit the field.
Agree. And he's got to he may have to shake off some rust for a couple games.
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah. I'm not expecting him to go out there and being top 2 quarterbacks back-to-back weeks. I realistically, if he were to get a 4-game suspension, I would say week 8 is the game that he would actually come back to form.
I think his first game back, he's going to be terror.
Mm-hmm.
Because he'll be new again.
Right.
Last time you saw him. But then I think the rust is going to kick in. The rust will kick in. But I got high hopes for Deshaun. Very happy for him. Very disappointed in the Texans organization because I still to this day believe they were behind that whole fiasco. Yeah, there's the other thought out there that maybe Deshaun was trying to force his way out because he saw it coming. And so he wanted to get out before it hit. There's that other conversation, but I don't know. It just seems to me that I don't put it past them. They are classes. They are not the kind of organization. I don't put it past them. That if Deshaun say he wanted out, they're gonna say, "Oh, really? We know some bitches we can pay to come at you and make you look bad."
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gonna stay. You either stay or this is gonna hit the newsstands. And he said, "Fuck y'all, I want out," and it hit the newsstands, and it did shut him down for a year, and it did change his reputation probably forever.
Yeah.
But it didn't stop his money.
Nope. It gave him more.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, made him the highest paid quarterback in the league
ever.
Man, I can't believe me and my brother had an argument about that.
But I guess I got your brother's point, though. I mean, he was saying Rodgers still gets more per year. However, he doesn't have more guaranteed money, so therefore he doesn't necessarily get more per year. He still has conditional funds.
Right.
If it was up to his contract, yes, he would get more per year. But he has less guaranteed money, so therefore he has some of that money as proven money.
Right.
He doesn't necessarily get $50 million a year.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? There's some conditions there. Whereas Deshaun has a fully guaranteed $230 million.
Yep.
Yes.
Unprecedented.
And I don't care how you break it down. 230 is still more than 200 million.
No, but you can. But if you break it down year to year, I get what he's saying. I mean, if you're going by your logic, Pat Mahomes got a bigger contract than both of them.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But when you break it down, how much you're getting per year, which is how they actually calculate it. In theory, Rodgers does get more per year. However, he has less guaranteed funds, so he has some conditions where he might not get all $200 million. You know what I'm saying? He might not get that. So
right. He could break his collarbone again next year and be done. Because that'd be what, his fourth or fifth break?
Yeah. Quite frankly, he could look at this fucking roster and be done.
I'm actually surprised that he didn't say fuck that contract. I'm done now.
I think it's interesting to me because part of me says the obvious. No way they moved Devontae without Rodgers sign off. Right? So,
right.
And part of me says, I'm splitting three here. Part of me says that. Part of me says, not only did Rodgers sign off on it, he said, I'm tired of people giving him credit for my success. So get rid of his ass. Let me show you I can do it without it.
I can see that.
Right? Or there's this one little less than a third that sits in my mind and says, did the Packers fuck him?
Yeah. Packers fucked him.
And did the Packers say, okay, you want to fuck with us? No, you know what, Rodgers? Aaron, please come back. We're going to give you everything you want. You're right. You're the king. You're the king of Green Bay. You got this. Now, okay, sign right here. There you go. See, we gave you all the money. Now we're going to take away Devontae. Bitch.
Yep. I think that's actually what happened.
Yeah, Green Bay came at him like, you know what Ice Cube said, right? No Vaseline.
Oh, now what? Now we're going to take away Devontae. Now you're signed. You can't go anywhere. We don't have to worry about you flip-flopping next year. You're stuck here.
Right.
And now you're stuck here without Devontae. Bitch.
Gonna have the worst seasons you've ever had.
Let's see you win the MVP now. Arrogant motherfucker. So yeah, there's a very small part of me that believes that that has that little theory in there too. So I don't know how that played out, but I do believe Green Bay might be in a little bit of trouble this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
You might be seeing them come back down because they've been dominating this division for a long time.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm gonna be mad as hell if Green Bay come in last and fucking the Lions come in first. Though I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna be pissed. Look, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed.
That is not about to happen.
I know it ain't, but if it does, man, I'm gonna be blaming Big Ed. Like what? Why the fuck your Bears ain't stopped they ass?
Let me ask you this: how do you see if, let's say, hypothetically, Green Bay takes a step back?
Mm-hmm.
Do they still win this division? And if not, who steps up and takes it?
We already know what Big Ed's gonna say, but I'm gonna be honest. Green Bay will narrowly win the division.
I think the Bears are at least another year or two away from winning the division. They'll contend for it, but they're at least a year or two away from winning.
I think. Okay, I'm going to say it. I think it's going to be Minnesota, Green Bay, Chicago, Detroit. In that order.
I can see that.
Yeah, I can see it as well. I try not to hype up the Vikings as much, but we've been making somewhat the right moves this offseason with picking up offense. We picked up at least one offensive lineman that I know of that is an actually good offensive lineman. We've been beefing up our defensive front. We have not touched our our cornerbacks and safeties really, but I think we're saving that for the draft because there's a better turnout rate for those positions in the draft than really any other position.
And I think Minnesota I think they've been the second best team in this division for a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think Aaron Rodgers is about to lose this locker room.
I think he's already lost the locker room.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too. And I think but I think this year it's going to show because you don't have Devontae.
Devontae might have been the glue that was holding Aaron Rodgers to the locker room.
I don't think there's a doubt about that, man. Mm-hmm. I agree with that 100%. I absolutely think he was. I think he was what made it work, even though because Aaron is a bitch.
Yeah.
I mean, he is, and he's a hard. I could see, he point fingers, but you had the baddest boy out there, and now you don't. Yep. And I think more guys rallied around Devontae than Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And now you got these guys just looking at you as, yes, Dad.
Well, and where Aaron's problem is he's so desperate to be better than Tom Brady that he is struggling now, realizing that all of his best years are because of two different wide receivers in Randall Cobb and in Devontae Adams.
And that other guy, what other dude they had?
Jordy Nelson.
Oh yeah, Jordy.
And
But-
Jordy Nelson.
Other than that, I think he's finally coming to the realization that Tom Brady never needed top tier receivers. He just needed people that could catch the ball. And
Tom Brady needed people that did their job and went the fuck home.
exactly. And that's something Rodgers is starting to realize. I think that's why he doesn't really care about Devontae Adams moving on. It's because he's like, well, now I can prove I'm better than Tom Brady.
And he's not.
Yeah.
No. No.
He doesn't have the intangibles that Tom Brady has.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have the leadership that Tom Brady, and is showing more now that he left New England than it actually showed there. But now you see more of his personality. You realize why his team runs through walls for him.
Mm-hmm.
You know why? Because Tom Brady is humble.
Tom Brady is not, he's humble. Tom Brady is fun. Tom Brady got your back. He gonna make sure you get your money.
Oh
Yep.
my God, yeah.
Yep.
He got your back. He gets it. He understands that this is a business and it's us against them. It ain't us against the other team. It's us against our management.
Mm-hmm.
It's us against these owners. These motherfuckers with these deep pockets that's trying to screw you out your money. I got you. I'm going to make sure everybody get their freaking money. How many catches you need? I got you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you see what he did for Gronk last year.
That's what he was going to do he did for Gronk, and he was going to do it for Antonio, and Antonio lost his fucking mind because he doesn't have patience, and he's you know, he jumping up and down like he's desperate. Stop, nigga. You only need 8 catches. We got 2 more games. We got a whole half a game. We got a game and a half. You're going to get 8 catches. Got you.
Yeah.
Now he's out running drills with Julian Edelman. Watch out.
Saying he wants to go to the Cowboys.
Saying Antonio who? Shit, Julian Edelman gonna go with Brady if he comes back.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were still talking about Antonio Brown.
No, Edelman out there working out with Tom Brady.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they out on video. They got videos of them working out together. He running drills for Brady. So yeah, Edelman, Antonio who?
Right.
Nigga, what? Nigga, what?
It's funny because like Antonio Brown likes to act like he's like this top tier, absolutely one of the best receivers there's ever been in the league. He's only had about maybe 3 good seasons.
Antonio Brown, I don't want to discount his talent. He is an extremely talented receiver. And it comes in the game, he can be a top tier talent. But his problem is that he's got baggage. You've got a lot to deal with. A lot comes with him. You know what I'm saying? A lot comes with him, and he's going to flake out on you.
I think he's one of the
happen.
He's the most diva wide receiver I've ever seen.
It's going to happen. He's going to flake out on you. He's going to flame out. Is he going to flame out? The question is, at what point of the season does he do it?
Right.
Right.
It's going to happen. So it happens he finally lasted the season since he blew out of Pittsburgh. He finally lasted to the end of a season and got him a ring. Now.
And that season was even shortened.
Yes, it was shortened. That's why he survived it. That's why he survived it. But yeah, and this season was shortened and he still couldn't survive it.
Yep.
So yeah, no, I'm not. I think Brady likes guys that just you don't need you. I don't need the whole world to see me. Yes, Gronk likes to have fun and have a good time, but he don't really need the whole world to see him. He's just a party animal.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He's never really looking for attention. He's just looking for a good time.
Yep.
Exactly.
And that's okay. He doesn't, attention seekers don't normally work well with Brady. He's not looking for that.
Right.
I don't need it. I went and got the best receiver in the league, threw up big numbers, had one of the best seasons in NFL history, and we lost the Super Bowl. It just goes to show why that was a nice little toy to have named Randy Moss.
Yep.
A nice little toy to have. I don't need it. See you later, Randy. Bring back Deion Branch, and we win the Super Bowl again.
Yep.
Who's Deion Branch to you folks out there that don't know football?
Exactly.
Right.
But he works better with Tom. And but since he's left New England and we've been able to experience his personality, he's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's a good sport. He's a lot of fun. He can take the criticism, he can take a joke, he can shell it out and take it. He's and he can talk a little shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he makes sure guys get their money, man. He's cool. He's a lot of fun. He's a cool brother. And that didn't show in New England, but that's why guys run through it. But that's always been him in the locker room.
Right.
Aaron Rodgers is a freaking
arrogant asshole.
Big time.
Oh my God.
Big time.
The man don't have not one humble bone in his body. So, that's the biggest difference. The biggest glaring difference that I see between the two of them is that right there.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Tom knows how to humble himself.
And the sad part is they're equally as competitive.
Yeah.
That's the sad part about it. Tom Brady's just a very humble, and realistically, these last few years have been very, I want to enjoy my time playing quarterback for this team. Whereas Aaron Rodgers is like, I need to beat Tom Brady. I don't care. I got to beat Tom Brady.
I heard a quote once that rings true. That I hear, I see a lot. The great ones don't tell you they're great.
Mm-hmm.
They let everybody else tell you they're great.
Boom, shakalaka. On that note, that's a great note to take a break on. This is the Showdown, y'all. We'll be right back. Yes, sir. I put the big head. Yes, sir. We are back in the Showdown. Your boy OG Tim Wilson, and we got Big Ed, and of course, my main man Wayz. What's happening?
Man. So we got the NBA. We're getting closer to the playoffs. It's been a very interesting season to say the least. Have you guys had a chance to look at the playoff picture as it is?
I got a little chance to look at it. Let's do it this way.
All right.
Who's your biggest surprises in the playoffs going into the end of the season?
Timberwolves.
That's the surprise of the league right there. Currently sitting at number 7 in the West.
Yeah, I would say that.
The Timberwolves have been absolutely trash for I don't know how long at this point.
Yeah, I would say that.
The Timberwolves will lose to the Harlem Globetrotters in the years past.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I would just like to point out that they both live in Minnesota.
But we're used to seeing the Timberwolves at what, 16?
Yeah, but the main thing is y'all used to seeing the Timberwolves. That's the operative statement there that I used to see in the Timberwolves. I'm not, so I don't feel that way.
Okay.
We'll say that. Yeah, I will say that though.
I will say
the Grizzlies is a big surprise too. Currently sitting at number 2 in the West.
Yeah.
And then the Lakers.
The Grizzlies is a surprise to you? You ain't been watching the NBA, man.
No, I usually don't watch the NBA.
Ja Morant is the best is potentially, he's the future of the NBA.
Yeah.
Ja Morant is the future of the National Basketball Association. I called him when he was in college. I said he's going to be miles. I said he was going to not just be better than Zion, he's going to be much better than Zion. And now he is up there. He's top 5 right now. He may be even top 3.
Okay.
I'm going to say Durant, Greek Freak, and Ja Morant. Probably the best 3 players in the NBA right now. LeBron is in the conversation. So if you want to go 5, he's definitely top 5. I put Luka. If I had to name top 5, I'm naming Ja Morant, Durant. I'm going to name the Greek Freak, LeBron, and maybe Luka. That's the top 5 players in the NBA right now. Ja Morant is a beast. He is must-see TV. There's no way that Memphis is a surprise. Can't be. They're a beast. Ja Morant is a beast. The dude is doing incredible things on people.
Okay.
I'll look into him more.
Man, please. That motherfucker is calling in. He's calling in people from outer space and dunking on them and sending them back to Mars.
He said Space Jam.
The biggest surprise for me in the playoffs is Cleveland.
I was just going to say Cleveland.
I just saw that at number 6, sitting at number 6 in the East.
Yeah, and Minnesota's sitting at number 6 in the West, actually.
Yep.
Oh, I thought it was 7.
Yeah, they're sitting at 6.
Oh, the standings I'm looking at say 7.
There's
They're
no
right
7.
behind the Nuggets.
7 puts you in playoffs. Okay, well, I'm looking at what Wayz sent me. I'm just looking at what he sent me.
Oh yeah, they're one game behind the Nuggets.
So if something changed since then, I'm surprised the Nuggets are that low.
Yeah.
The Nuggets shouldn't be struggling for a play-in spot. They should be in the playoffs. The Lakers are trash, and New Orleans is trash. That's why I don't think the play-in game is good.
No,
either one of those teams deserve to even be in the conversation.
No,
they should both be out. Period.
Yeah.
Point blank.
Clippers too.
Clippers too. Yeah, Clippers too. I agree with that. But New Orleans and the Lakers are trash. Clippers are just not having a good season. But New Orleans and the Lakers are trash. They should not even be they should not be in playoff discussion.
No.
I'm surprised Brooklyn is sitting so low. Although I know they had injuries and they had complications with the Kyrie situation and the James Harden situation, but they are still a low seed, and they are dangerous as a low seed because you can come in as a high-seeded team and get knocked off by some motherfuckers that barely made the playoffs.
As it stands right now, they'd be playing the Heat. If the playoffs started tomorrow, they'd be playing the Heat.
And I tell you what, to me, that is probably the Heat is as far as they're not a surprise to me that they made the playoffs. They are surprised to me that they are as good as they are.
Right.
That could be the best 2 teams in the East right now.
Because they're sitting at a number 1 seed right now.
Miami and Brooklyn could be the best 2 teams in the league. Very potentially. But they wouldn't play the Heat because the Brooklyn is in play-in mode, right? They in the play.
Brooklyn's at an 8 seed right now.
Yeah, but they 8 seeds play the play-in game.
Oh, okay. I thought the 8 seed was already in.
Oh, 7 and 8 play-ins. So it's 2 play-in teams, and then 7 and 8 plays against the play-in teams.
Okay.
For those last 2 spots. So if you're an 8 seed, you playing in the play-in.
Oh damn! They're beating either the Hornets, the Hawks, or the Raptors.
The Hornets are not bad. Hornets are not bad. They got a good team. The Raptors are not bad. The Hawks took a step backwards this year. Miami is a really good basketball team.
They're sitting at number 1.
You said that. Milwaukee is primed to make another run.
Yeah.
Philly is interesting. I don't trust them. I don't trust Harden in the playoffs yet. So show me something. Chicago can be tough. I'm surprised at Cleveland, like I said. Boston is Boston. Boston is going to do what Boston does. They're going to flame out.
Sitting in the middle of the pack.
And they'll flame out.
Yeah.
Flame out. I don't expect much from them. If Chris Paul can stay healthy, Phoenix will be something to be reckoned with. They could get back to the finals. But Golden State looks good.
Yeah. Jazz look good.
Jazz is Boston.
Just go say.
Yeah, they to me they like Boston. They flat middle of the pack and then flame out. The Mavericks are interesting to me because Luka's a wild card.
Yeah.
Luka is a wild card.
They still got Kristaps too?
No, Kristaps is gone.
No, okay.
But Luka is a wild card. They could be good. They can surprise somebody only because Luka is that damn good. I don't know. I guess for my biggest surprise, it's still I'm gonna go with Cleveland as my biggest surprise. Where the Pistons at? They ain't in the playoffs.
No, they're sitting where the Wolves usually sit.
Them motherfuckers getting eaten by wolves.
Now, out of all these teams on the list here, let's make our early prediction. Who do you think is gonna come down to in the finals?
Phoenix and Golden State. No, can't. Never mind. Never mind. Big conference.
That's a good question. I'm gonna let y'all pick first.
I'm gonna say the Suns and the Bucks.
So that's the rematch. That would be a rematch. That's what it was last year. I think it's going to be the Nets and the Warriors.
That'll be wow. That'll be must-see TV right there. Just because of some of the storylines already involved in it.
Durant against Golden State?
Yep.
That alone.
I'm gonna go with Memphis versus Milwaukee.
I could see that one.
If that happens, I would pick Memphis to win. And I would say Ja Morant would get an opportunity to at least once posterize Antetokounmpo on the big stage.
Man, I want to see anybody posterize Antetokounmpo.
Oh, Blake Griffin did it already, but in the finals on the biggest stage, Ja Morant would posterize his ass.
It's just I got somebody in my house that likes to glorify Giannis.
I love Giannis. Giannis is a baller, man. He's one of my favorite players, man. I love him to death. But he's not Ja Morant. Not like Ja Morant is my favorite player in the NBA right now.
Oh no, he's comparing him to Michael Jordan and LeBron.
I wouldn't put him to there, but I mean, I think he's better than LeBron right now, but not historically. Not LeBron in his prime.
No.
But I kind of look at him like a more. It's hard to compare him because he's kind of like a Shaq-like dominance without the bully ball.
Yeah.
You know, but he can just get there so fast and he can go so high and so hard. And he's so big and so tall. So he's more athletic than Shaq, but he's not a just knock you out the way like Shaq. But he
can cover more of the floor faster.
Got that kind of dominance, though.
Yeah.
But Ja Morant is a freaking my favorite player. Ja Morant is my favorite player in the NBA. If he goes to the finals, he's winning. I don't care who they play. I just don't think they're gonna make it. I think they're maybe too young and they'll get outclassed when it comes down to the playoff heat. But if they get through this playoff run and make the finals, look out. I'm going with Memphis. If they make it, I'll go with them. But right now, I'm picking Golden State to be the team to represent the West.
I can see Golden State doing it.
Absolutely.
That would be interesting. Interesting.
All right. Well, that's all I got for you guys tonight.
Yo. That's it for the showdown, man. It was a lot of fun, man. I'm kind of glad I went down a rabbit hole a couple times here because I didn't want to fall asleep. So I was talking to keep myself awake. On behalf of the crew, Big Ed and Wayz, we want to thank you for joining the showdown. Until next week, like, subscribe, and share.